And we have returned. You're listening to CSC Talk Radio. This is Beth Ann. I'm visiting today with Jim Stuber. We're going to go to the phone lines. We have Roger from New Mexico. Real quick, Roger, what's on your mind?
I'll try to do it real quick. You're delightful as usual.
Thank you.
I wanted to comment on the purchasing products from made in America versus made overseas. I recently bought a metric tap. It's the size of your thumb. I bought it from an American tool company, MSC, and it cost $15 for the tap and $15 to ship it. I could have put my shoes in the shoe box to ship in the box that they came in. That's why it cost $15. Okay, got the wrong thread, so I had to reorder it. They gave me my money, $15 back, but I'm out that $15 shipping. Okay, I had to reorder it, so I went on eBay and I found same damn tap made in Hong Kong for $3 free shipping.
I think you told that story the last time we were on. It's crazy.
Yeah, but it relates to what you're talking about.
Yeah,
that's why you can't buy things here in America. The shipping costs are too high.
Well, the shipping's pretty high when they come from China too. But
well, I've got
free
something
shipping.
On that, Roger.
It was free shipping.
Okay, just a minute. Go ahead, Jim.
Yeah, I was wanted to say to Roger, I actually have something on that. I noticed this when I was researching my book, and here's how crazy our policy can be. We are parties to an international agreement that's designed to have developing countries to help them by having them have lower postage rates that are subsidized, low postage rates. Well, China claims that it's a developing country, and it's getting those low postage rates. So it is cheaper to ship something from China to Beth than it is, or to you, Roger, than it is to ship something to you from Illinois via the post office. So we're subsidizing that $3 free shipping.
So once again, China's cheating. Once again, China's cheating. All right. We got to fix it. We got to fix it. Yep. Roger, thank you for your call. We're going to go real quick to Larry from Missouri. Larry, how are you doing today?
Beth, yeah. Hi, Beth. Between the global warming people for the electric that it takes to run a corporation and a company, between that and the labor cost of this Me Too movement, everybody wants higher wages. I don't know. This might lead to a trade war.
Well, I don't know about that, but, that's what they're claiming is a trade war. But, it is that is a part of it because our businesses here have to pay a higher price and go through. They have a lot more hoops to jump through, regulations and mandates and that kind of thing than the ones coming from overseas, and that is why it's not fair. And
their labor's so cheap over there, and they got all the power they need. So, yeah.
Well, it's not just that. I mean, when we talk about our food, the cattle industry, for one, what our farmers and ranchers have to put up with here, we have a better quality, we have better health standards, but coming in here, they don't. And, Congress is a big part of the problem here because they had Cool, and then they decided to repeal Cool because, the consumer doesn't really need to know where that hamburger came from. So, we've got to put the hammer down on Congress. So, I appreciate
Congress, they can't even run the border right. So, I don't know about the hammer down on this.
That's true. Thank you, Larry. Appreciate the call.
Thank you.
That is a lot of the problem, Jim, and I know that you've figured that out in your studies and probably knew it before then.
Yes, I worked for a member of Congress, and I actually ran for Congress, and I was always mystified about how members of Congress could be voting for these policies that were destroying jobs and factories and businesses in their districts and their states. But Cool is a good example where the global food processing companies have got Congress in their pockets.
Oh, yeah.
And so they're the ones that the Congress people are listening to. And again, this is a case where the voice of the people, we need to rise up and fight that. And I hope again that maybe next year, here's another thing you and I can be talking about, is I'm working with Greg Owens of Liberty Tabletop on a thing that I call the right to know movement and the right to know where our beef is coming from and where our drugs are coming from and where our other products are coming from. These companies literally hide the ball. The best example I ran across recently, I bought my daughter a basketball, and nowhere on the package did it say where it was from. You had to open the package, the box this basketball was in, and look in a very tiny fine print on there, said it was made in China. So they like to hide the ball. And recently I've befriended a woman who's written a book about the little-known fact, that our active pharmaceutical ingredients are all being made in China now.
Yes, I heard that too. In fact, somebody just mentioned that to me, I believe yesterday. They were talking about all of it being made overseas, and that's kind of scary when you stop and think about it.
Yeah, it's very scary for a lot of different reasons. So that's the third leg of the stool that I'm building. Mostly I love the idea that consumers can do this ourselves, but there's a couple of things we need to ask the government to do, and one of them is to enforce the labeling laws so that you and I can make an informed decision when we're buying things.
And when these guys turn on you, don't reelect them. Senator Sass out in Nebraska, he was one of them that really pushed the repealing of coal. And he's really pushing the global warming thing now, too. I mean, he's just pushing it. And, they're making money off of this stuff, Jim. I don't know how else to put it. They're making money off of it. They've got them in their hip pockets, and that's why they spend millions of dollars to get a job that doesn't pay near that much. And yet they walk away millionaires. And it's wrong. Yeah. And the American people need to know about it.
That's right. And we still have the power of the vote. So I have not given up hope.
I have not either.
When I think about it, Beth, if I could just mention to our listeners a website name. It's Made in America Again, like my book, madeinamericaagain.org. If anyone's interested in following up on our conversation, seeing some of the information from the book, I've got it posted there. There's a place where you can buy the book if you'd like. And so madeinamericaagain.org is a place where, besides going out today and becoming a label reader, our listeners can learn a little more about what we're talking about. And, there's on the homepage of that website is a photograph of my children. And there's more at stake here than just today. What do we tell our children to train for? What are the jobs that we're not going to offshore to China manufacturing or to India for the white-collar work? So really, this is high-stakes stuff, and I think it's something we all really need to take to heart.
I heard years ago from my mentor the concern that the United States was soon just going to be a service nation. We're just going to be servants, serve up the food and be the waiters and waitresses and, the tour, drive the tour buses and all that kind of thing, where we're no longer producing anything. And as long as a nation doesn't produce, it's not going to be productive. It's not going to be economically stable at all. It's just not going to happen. And
you are so right. You are so right. And, isn't that I love your common sense coalition, common sense. Doesn't that make common sense? And do you know that there are economists who win Nobel Prizes who don't get that?
I know. And it's astounding, because when it comes to math, you can tell any of those who went to school with me, I'm far from a genius. I'm not very good at math, and I'm directionally challenged. But other than that, I've got a lot of common sense. I know my left from my right, But I want to talk about that a little bit. I think we've kind of strayed from where we're supposed to have been today, but that's okay. We'll have you back again and again. And I do want to visit with you, if not this afternoon, another day, and really talk about the new website that you're putting up, because I want to talk about some of the companies that maybe we can go after to get on there for you and for me. Yeah. I really want to help these companies. And you're listening to CSE Talk Radio. This is Beth Ann. What if? What if things were made in America again? What would happen then? Well, you know what? Consumers, you hold that magic wand. We can make it happen. You're listening to CSE Talk Radio. I'm visiting today with Jim Stuber, and he and I will be right back.